internet, welcome back to my channel. Today I have kind of a makeup tutorial, which I haven't been doing these for a very long time and I really want to start getting back into them, but I think it's going to take some baby steps because I'm a little nervous to be doing makeup on YouTube again, as I've mentioned in many videos in the past that I won't go into. But yeah, this is basically the makeup look I do for my job now. This is basically my work from home makeup look. As of now, I actually still do wear glasses at home. I'm not wearing them for this video because there's too much light reflection. I can show you the glasses. I have two pairs of glasses. This is probably my favorite, but they kind of hurt my ears a little bit. But oh my gosh, it's gonna be so blurry. So this is me with glasses. I can't see anything right now because I have contact lenses in. But I quite like these glasses and so I do wear them for work purposes, but they're not as good for filming. And also actually doing my makeup without my contacts has been a lot harder because my vision's not so good, so I can't, if I have the mirror just like up to here, I can't see myself. The mirror needs to be like up to here for me to see what I'm doing. So yeah, if you want to see how I put myself together to work from home, then please keep watching. So first step for me is usually base because I do like to set my concealer slash foundation. The Tarte Shape Tape gives you so much product, it's insane. Like I feel like this is just way too much, but even when I wipe off the doe foot applicator, I feel like I still get quite a lot of it, but it's okay because we're pretty much going to use it to cover most of this part of our face. And then I'm going to go in with the Bobbi Brown foundation stick, and this one I kind of just dot around wherever I feel I want a little bit more color variation, because I think if I covered my whole face with the concealer, I would look like a ghost. So that's my base, and then I just kind of blend it out. And I mean, this is pretty much like a foundation if I'm going to be honest. Ugh. I like to go over my eye as well because I feel like I have a lot of redness around my eye area. Part of it is because I do have eczema, so I will generally be a little redder wherever my eczema occurs. Can't speak English. So it just kind of evens it out, and I'm going to go over it with eyeshadow later anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Sometimes I like my foundation to go a little lighter to have some brighter skin, but I feel like the makeup I've been wearing at home recently has been a lot more, I would say color matched and maybe even slightly darker than my natural skin tone. For no reason other than I've got it and I just kind of want to use it up. And I feel like this makes a huge difference. Like just having a base covering makes the biggest difference. Especially when it comes to video conferencing, I feel like there's a lot of detail in your makeup that you might normally wear when you're in person that isn't going to get picked up by the cameras anyways. So if you are doing your makeup for that reason, that's worth keeping in mind. For me, it's kind of a mixture of both. I kind of do it for that reason, but honestly, lately I've been doing it more just because I need some sort of like mental transition between at-home Celina and work Celina, and makeup is a good transition for me because it takes about 15-20 minutes to get through my whole skincare and makeup and hair routine in the morning, and that's about how much time it takes for me to get to work, so it's kind of like that commute transition. So I normally use the Laura Mercier Mineral Primer powder only because, as with most things, that's the one that I have available. It's small and I'm actually just trying to use it up so I can just move to the Laura Mercier powder full time, like the normal translucent powder. Today, just because I have it here, and it really doesn't matter what sort of powder you use so long as it's translucent, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Magic Loose Powder, which is amazing as well. So I usually just put it right under my eyes because I know that my under eyes tends to crease, and I put it here just on the, not the bridge, but like on the sides of my nose, because normally I wear glasses during the week now. Like I used to always wear contact lenses when I went to work and to the office, and I probably still would eventually when we go back to the office. But at home, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's because it feels drier at home because we tend to run the heater on because it's winter. But my eyes tend to feel a little bit more sticky with contact lenses. So I might just put some on my forehead as well. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. Just depends. But yeah, because my eyes can't handle the contact lenses as well at home, I tend to wear glasses. And so if you wear glasses, you have like, the glasses kind of rest here, and then it kind of messes up my makeup. Even with this, it's still gonna mess it up, but it messes it up a little less. Like, it takes a little longer for the makeup to shift with glasses on it, so this helps a lot. So then the next step for me is usually brows. So then I kind of work down this way once I put the base, because it will give some time for the powder to set. So I like to brush my brows out. And for me, brows are like, I guess it depends. For me, my brows, especially this side, it's already pretty full. This side that I'm doing now is a little less full because I do have eczema right here. Not at the moment, but generally I do. And every place where I generally have eczema, some fluff, I'm gonna notice that I have a little bit of thinning of my hair. So that's why, and you can see I'm like not really very precise with my brows because I'm not really looking for like a high fashion look. This is for work, and it's really just, it kind of just helps frame your eyes a little bit better. And I don't even know if I would do this if I didn't have eczema on my brows, because yeah, my brows are normally dark. So I would normally just leave them as is. In the past, I used to just put gel on them when I didn't have eczema, just because they are a little on the bushier side, so I just more want to shape them. I don't know, like, to me, I feel like my brows are still an area that I want to have like a bit more of a plan on how I want to shape them and style them. And I don't. I remember, I feel like most people did when I was younger, I went through a bit of a phase where it's like super ultra thin brows. But now I've allowed them to really grow out, and I more just neaten up the edges so that it's a little bit more clean. But these are essentially just my brows naturel. I don't know if you can really notice a difference. When I look in the mirror, I don't think there's a massive difference, maybe just a little bit of filling in, but that's about it. So then we're gonna go to eyeshadow. I feel like my eyeshadow routine is so simple. When I think about the things that I really need to highlight, if I really cared about how I came across in a video conference, then the main things I'd be looking out for, if you were so inclined, is things like dark circles, like evening out your skin tone, just kind of highlighting your eyes a little bit more, which means basically like defining your brows a little clearer, and then maybe some eyeliner just to really frame the eyes. But other than that, you really don't need much else, because like I said, most webcams are going to be pretty poor quality anyways, so it's not like it's not like the detail doesn't get picked up. Whereas if for some reason you're video conferencing on like a HD camera or a DSLR like I am now, then yeah, maybe you want to pay a little more attention to making sure you've got all the right detail going. But I started doing my makeup more for a transition, and then I just wanted to make sure I not covered myself, but then I just wanted to make sure that I was at least presentable. If I'm gonna wear makeup, I wanted it to be at least presentable. But I tell you what, this is probably my go-to look when I'm going to work now, when I'm working from home. But honestly, I feel like every week I change it up. Well, actually every day. I've been experimenting with like some red eyeshadows. I think I want to experiment with some deeper blushes, because one, if I mess up, no one really knows anyways because I'm at home, but it allows me to like get out of my comfort level a little bit more and try some new things. Whereas I feel like, especially when I went to the office, I would be always so focused on trying to just maintain this more professional standard look, and so you'd never get a chance to try different colors. Whereas now, I feel like it's just a lot more acceptable. I mean, I've seen most of my coworkers in, I assume, what is their PJs. I just think that people are a lot more comfortable with just being themselves naturally when they work from home, even though we video conference pretty much every day. Okay, so I don't think I mentioned that the base that I used, the primer I used was the Tarte Shape Tape. Wow, I didn't realize it's the same name as the concealer. Yeah, Tarte Shape Tape. Love Tarte. Really, really rate their products. And then the base I used was this Sigma single eyeshadow called My Bluff. And then my crease color, which I'm putting in now. And I really love the crease color, especially because I do wear glasses. So It just helps my eyes pop a little bit more. I feel like if I don't have a crease color to really give my eyes some definition, my eyes just like kind of fade away behind the glasses. This one is in Cement. I've had this forever. You can kind of see I've already very well hit pan. It's one of my favorite crease colors because it's got this beautiful taupe shape. So it's almost more like a contour than it is anything else. And it's, I just love it. I think my actual contour color from Kevyn Aucoin is a very similar shade. I do tend to like the cool tone, like the what is English right now? English is hard, the struggle is real. My contour color from Kevyn Aucoin is a very similar shade. Okay, yeah, I'm just blending it out so it's not too harsh. I feel like this is very similar to my work makeup look from years ago that I did. It's just what you're going to notice is that I use like way less face powder. Like this is the only face powder I will use, and that's pretty much it. That's probably the main thing that I've changed because I find face powder was making my skin very cakey. Like it felt like my makeup was really cakey, and now it just constantly feels dewy. So that even by the end of the day, my makeup still feels very dewy and fresh. All right, so my next step is another eyeshadow, which I kind of use for eyeliner. And it's because I don't want a very defined eyeliner look. It can look a little harsh. I just want something that's a little smoky. So this is Urban Decay Single Eyeshadow in Lost. It's a beautiful shimmery dark brown. It doesn't have to be shimmery. This is literally just what I had available that I wanted to use. And I'm gonna definitely need to have a mirror a little closer up for this because I'm not confident I'm going to get to my lash line. Yeah. So the main thing I'm trying to do is just create a bit of a wing, just to kind of open up my eyes even more. And I don't know if you can tell because the camera's kind of far away, but I'm not looking for anything too precise. So you kind of blend it out a little and blend it up just a little. You don't want it to be too blended, but I feel like it really softens the eye look. I noticed a lot of times, and honestly, when I review my makeup, it's mostly when I edit my vlog footage. Wow, this wing is like extra. Actually, it's probably too much. I wonder if I can just soften it a little bit. When isolation began, I was already vlogging before isolation happened because I was really trying to get more into the vlogging game because I was enjoying it. I just like documenting my life. And it just so happened that I was vlogging and then isolation happened, and so I've been vlogging ever since. But that's when I really critique my makeup because I can see it a lot clearer. It's different looking at a mirror and then looking at videos with your makeup. And I really prefer my makeup when I do this brown eyeshadow look. I just need to make sure that my wings are a little even if they're probably a little longer than what I would prefer because the brush I'm using right now is a little on the bigger side. Like it's quite a long angle. The one I use at my desk when I get ready is a Sigma. And it's a lot it's a little narrower, but it's okay. So the thing about powder is that it's very forgiving, so you can kind of like brush it off or extend it. Then the last bit for my eyes, actually not the last bit because I still have to do mascara. So I used to use a liquid felt tip liner when I went to work, and this was the only thing I'd use. And I've been really loving the felt tip liners because I feel that the gel liners, I felt like there was too much transfer, whereas there's not as much transfer with this one. So I don't actually use it for my whole eye. I just use it for the corner to just kind of emphasize the wing a little bit, but you can see it's like very little bit. Don't even know if it's really noticeable. I do it more just to, again, give my eyes a little bit more definition. But there are some days when I just skip this step altogether and it's not a big deal. You can be the judge if you think you notice a difference or not. I don't think I notice a big difference, but I do it anyways. So mascara is hit or miss for me. Some days I'll use it, some days I won't, because I know that it makes no visual difference. With a blurry webcam, it makes no difference at all. But it really just is a very mood dependent thing. I don't know, for those who do makeup, you probably understand what I mean. It's kind of like I'm in the mood to like do more with my makeup, so I'm just gonna do more. So this makeup look that I'm doing today is really a version of where I would go a little bit more all out and do a lot of different things with my makeup. And so mascara, and you'll notice later contouring, are the two things that I'll do if I'm really feeling myself and I want to do more. But I think most days I skip this altogether, especially because I do wear glasses, so I don't want it to hit against the lens. And the mascara I'm using is from Too Faced. I think it's, I actually don't know the name. Can you recognize it from the packaging? Outside it says Damn Girl, but I'm pretty sure that's not the name, is it? I don't know. I feel like mascara makes a little bit more of a difference if I'm not wearing glasses. When I'm wearing glasses, I feel like it really comes down to the eyeliner instead. Awesome. Okay, so I'm just looking at my face. I'm like, what else have I done? I need to move, like, I need to blend out the powder now. So I usually have a much more smaller angled brush, but I can't find any. So I'm just gonna go with this big powder brush, and yeah, all I'm doing is just really sweeping it away, and more just sweeping it across my face, so at least I get a little bit of powder. But I mean, you'll notice that it's kind of hard. You're not gonna cover your entire face of powder, so quite a bit of my face is gonna go without any powder at all, which is fine. So I've been really enjoying not having cakey powder all over my face. The one thing I will say is that by the end of the day, maybe by around 3 or 4, I'll notice that the tip of my nose tends to get a little bit shiny, but I actually don't mind it. I think it kind of looks like cute. Okay. So, because it feels like my whole face is powdered, but it's not. Like if I was to touch my jawline and around here, it still feels like a bit tacky. So I definitely don't have powder all around. And I don't think you really need powder all around. I don't need powder all around. What I should say is that, and I don't really feel like I need powder all around. Every skin type is different. Usually I would follow with a little bit of contouring, and I've been really loving cream products. Because I'm not putting powder on my face, I feel like I have permission to use more cream products. And I've been loving these two. These are from Can Make. They are cream cheeks. I have so many of these, like, because I collect them. When I first found them in Japan, I thought they were the cutest thing ever. I didn't even use cream products back then. I just thought, like, look at the packaging, it's adorable. And so I went, and every time I go to Japan, I look for the new colors and I collect them. And then ever since isolation started, I've been starting to really love cream products, and I'm like digging through my stash and pulling them all out. And so these are the two favorites I have. This one is a contour color for me, so I would usually use this for my jawline and forehead. I'm not going to use it now because the brush that I actually use for it is not with me physically here. It's in my office. I feel like this is a pretty close-ish dupe to the Chanel bronzing cream, Solitan, is that the one? Because that's what I was using at first, and I actually really love that. That's probably a little bit more pigmented. This is probably a little lighter and less pigmented. But then I saw this and I thought, oh, I'll try this as well, because I feel like I get bored of using the same products. After like 2 or 3 days, I'm like, what's new? I want to try something else. So then I switched to this, and I've been really loving this. And I thought I would share this one because I feel like everyone knows about the Chanel bronzing cream, but this one is probably a little less known. This is in number 6, by the way, if you were curious. So this is the last product I'll use. This is in number 2. I don't know if there's an actual name. I was using a matte cream blush before, but I found it was way too pigmented. This one feels like just the right. You swirl your brush in it, and I use a small stippling brush, and then I just kind of dot it around and then blend it out. And I just feel like the cream blushes give like the most natural looking flush to your face. Of course, it depends how much you use. This one has a slight sheen to it, which is why I end up not really using a highlighter. Plus, I don't feel like I need a highlighter because my natural oils, as gross as that might sound, comes through during the day, and that kind of gives me a natural highlight anyways. But yeah, I love this color, and I'm like obsessed with the cream products now. I'm all about the cream products. But this one's very easy to build because you can see, like, now I feel like I put too much, but I'll blend that out. What I find is that these are very buildable, so you can add a little bit and then just keep building until you get the right pigmentation. I felt like the MAC one I was using before, it was so pigmented that the first time I put any down, it was already too much. And then I have to take my foundation brush, which I'm doing now just to show you, you can blend it out and just kind of soften the color a little bit if it's too harsh. But I have to do that all the time, and I didn't really like that. I didn't like all the extra work. So yeah, that is pretty much my entire work from home look. My fringe is getting like really long, and I have been cutting it a little bit, but I'm honestly not very confident when it comes to cutting my own fringe. I've had, like, in the past, I know this sounds so silly, I've had friends tell me in the past that every time I cut my hair, they're like, it looks like you cut your hair, and I'm like, thank you. That has built so much confidence in me to cut my own hair, and so that kind of resonates in my head and I need to stop it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it interesting, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. This is Celina reporting from my room. Back to you, internet.